All right. Do. Let's get the bifocals on. Time to get it on. All right, we're in Asclepius. Asclepius. It is actually a part of the 8th and the 9th. So, and if you wish to see reality of the mystery, then you should see the wonderful representation of the intercourse that takes place between the male and the female. Now, what do you think he's talking about? Sexual intercourse? That too. Let's get into it. You're having intercourse with your Holy Spirit, becoming what you've been made already. For when the semen reaches the climax, it leaps forth. When you reach the climax of 13th stair, you leap forth. In the moment of the female receives the strength of the male, it's the wedding supper of the Lamb is what it's talking about. The male, for his part, receives the strength, the female, while the semen does this. Therefore, the mystery of intercourse is performed in secret, in the order that the two sexes might not disgrace themselves in front of many who do not experience that reality. Not many do. This book will tell you. Okay. And that could be both physical, but it's mostly talking about spiritual. For each of them, the sexes contribute its own part in the begetting. For it happens in the presence of those who do not understand reality, spiritual. Okay. How you doing? I haven't got answer back. It'll be within the next couple days, I'm sure. So she told me she'd message me. She hasn't messaged me so far. I looked for it. So in the next, I'll post you early if she does it tonight, I'll post you tonight right away. As soon as she posts me, I'll post you. Okay. She didn't say for sure. So we'll see, right? Hopefully. So in the presence of those who don't understand its reality, it is laughable and unbelievable, and moreover, they are holy mysteries of both words and deeds. There you go. Because not only are they heard, but they also are seen. Therefore, such people, the unbelievers, the blasphemers, if you're speaking false doctrine, you're blaspheming. Well, I can't even go on any channel where they're not blaspheming. So they are authentic and impious, but the others are not many. Rather, the pious who are counted are few. That's us. There are few. Therefore, wickedness remains among the many, since learning concerning of these things which are ordained does not exist among them. They don't know. They get ordained by churches and by pastors, and they ordain themselves. I had my God standing over here, pouring out purple on me. A little bit different. But the others are not. Okay, so therefore wickedness remains among, they may sense the learning concerning of these things which ordained does not exist among them. For the knowledge of these things which is ordained is truly the healing of the passion of matter. We have passion. I have passion in what I do. This is what I do. Everything else doesn't matter. Therefore, learning is something derived from knowledge. So, but if there is ignorance, and learning does not exist in the soul. There's that ignorance again. Ignorance is death of a man. Then the incurable passion persists in it in the soul. Uncurable, the soul is black. And additional evil comes with the passion in a form of incurable sore evil. And the sore constantly gnaws at the soul. But that's why we come to the Lord and we keep doing what we are doing so that our soul doesn't get gnawed at. You do have to keep your hedge of protection strong. That's why I do this 2-3 times a day. So for all of us to keep strong. Now, I go back and it's like 30 people watching, 40, 50 people watching, and then it eases off to like 10. So, and that's just the way it is. They're going through something, right? And other people have other times. And through it, the soul produces worms from the evil, and it stinks. But God does not cause of these things, since he sent to men knowledge and learning. He sent that through our spirit. And it's given to us from the beginning. As Trismegistus, did he send them to men alone? Yes, O Asclepius, he sent them to them men alone. Oh. And it's fitting that we tell you why men alone he granted knowledge and learning. The align all lament of his good. And now listen, God and the Father and even the Lord created man subsequent to the gods. See, we, God, Father, and our Lord created men subsequent to the gods, and he took them for the region of matter, since matter is involved in the creation of man, of the passions are in it. Therefore, they continue to flow over his body, for the living creature would not exist. Continually flowing over the living creature, over his body, for the living creature would not exist if any other way except he took this food, since he is mortal. So what's he talking about flowing over you? The spirit constantly rolling over you. If you slow down on doing it, it'll be less and less and less, and you'll wither. Okay? So it is inevitable that inopportune desires which are harmful dwell in him. For the gods, since they came into being out of pure matter, did not need learning or knowledge. No, they only lived for the world. We live for learning and knowledge and truth. For the immortality of the gods is learning and knowledge, since they come into being out of pure matter. Is immortality assumed for them? The position of knowledge and learning be necessity. He, God, set a boundary for man. He placed him in learning and knowledge. Concerning these things, learning and knowledge, which we have mentioned from the beginning, before the earth was created, he perfected them in order that means of these things he might restrain passions of evil. Today, I wasn't going to come on, and evil started coming to me. And I went and laid down for just 5 minutes. I was ready to do it at 2, to do another show at 2. And then evil started coming on me. I went and laid down, talked to the Father, and all of a sudden I felt that warm coming down. I felt that tingling, and that sent me back here. According to his will, he brought his man's mortal existence into immortality. That's what we're doing by dying. Now, Trismegistus is Christ, and Asclepius is Satan. Okay, I did this teaching before. without the two. See what happened to me. I just went through this. Oh my God. So I'm sitting here, started to look at stuff on YouTube, and I better quit looking, you know. It came to my mind, and I went and laid down for another half hour talking to the Lord, and I had this tingling feeling because I didn't sin. You see, I looked, but I used to look and keep looking. You know what I mean? And I stopped. So that's how quick you can lose in this time. You could lose that heat for the Father, God, the Father of all. And it happened to me. This just happened to me. So I lost, and yet I did 2 shows this morning. You see how quick it can happen? That's why I do 2 to 3 shows a day to keep us all going. I'm here to light your candles. That's what I do, is I light candles. Because mine's going out. That makes me just want to light it more. And it's more for lighting it for you. He, man, because a good and immortal, just as I have said, for God created twofold nature. He created, that's in your Bible. He created a natural spirit and a heavenly spirit. In us is a natural. So, oh no, he's talking about the male and female. So, because God only creates that, right? For him, the immortal and the mortal. No, I was right. We create our own mortal self as well. We do and choose our own sin by free will. We choose our mortal self. But I'm into to choosing for the immortal self and not sin and keep away from it. So I was being tempted, and I went away, and I started thinking I best go. I should go on because I'm weak again. It's we live around evil. It's not hard to get weak in this world. The immortal and the mortal. Okay. So it happened this way because of the will, what I just said, of God, that men be better than the gods, small gods, since indeed the small gods are immortal, but men alone are both immortal and mortal. The immortal part of you is your spirit and your soul. Therefore, man has become akin to gods, small gods. See, and they're all around us, and they know the affairs of each other. Certainly, the gods know the things of men. So they know your temptations, the evil gods. So that's what happened to me. They go right for the biggest one. They don't bother with the small ones because those are the easiest ones. But the big one is just as easy now as the small ones because I've grown up the ladder and I know what to do. I just run to the word. And therefore I didn't sin. I laid down and I felt that tingling. Being added more. And they know the affairs of each other, and certainly the gods know the things of men, and of men know the things of the gods, of evil gods. Our flesh is hooked to them. So we have to unhook it. And sometimes a line gets thrown at you, and you start, but now you've grown up enough to just run back to the word. I keep telling people the best thing to do, which is the hardest to do where you're being tempted, is run to the word. That's why I'm on 3 times a day. And I notice some people, they do nothing and they say they're of God. I have one of those in my life. Well, I didn't do much of this or much of that or much listening. You're living in the world. I can, and I'm not going up against anybody here. And I am speaking about men, Ophidius, Asclepius, who have obtained learning and knowledge, but about those who are more vain than these. One's doing nothing. One's not filling their spirit. One's being lazy Christians. I'm not. I'm on 3 times a day. I listen for 4 hours every day. I'm on teaching for 4 to 6 hours a day. At least got to put in half of my day. I don't put in 1 hour. That's not going to keep me filled, especially in this time. I do a lot. Oh, okay. Where was I? And become is God's known thing, Ephesians, who have obtained learning and knowledge. But about those who are more vain than these, and that is mostly the false teachers. They're doing things against everybody because it's wrong teaching. Okay? You're actually consuming people. It is not fitting that we say anything base since we are divine and are intruding holy matters. Since we have entered the matter of the communion between the gods and the men. So, men known, no, now. Well, that's a weird way to spell it. So, when you do evil, you're in communion with the devil. When we do the good, we are communion with our spirit and good gods and the fathers, right? O Asclepius, this is in which man can be strong. Just for as the Father, the Lord of the universe, creates gods, in very way men too. The mortal earthly living creature, the one who is not like God, also himself creates small gods, the ones that don't have God. You see, what they're doing, if they're false teaching, they're creating evil gods. Not only does it strengthen, but it also strengthened. Not only is he a god, but he also creates gods. You see, it's just like the father creates sons, and then those sons grow up the ladder and create more sons. Same thing. We as gods, which god are you helping create? Because you can plant a seed and water it, and that'll turn into a god. You see, a father raising a son to turn into a god. Same thing. Does his strength, but he also strength. Not only is he a god, but he also creates gods. Are you astonished, O Asclepius? Asclepius? Are you self another disbeliever like many? So Satan, through his minions in the flesh, creates demons. We, through our spirit, create gods. In a sense, when you plant a seed, you help it grow. That is your son, your God, and it grows to be a God. Not your son, your God. That is your son, and then he turns into, after he gets to the 8th and 9th, pretty much like a God. Then he can create more good gods. But there's not many people out there helping create good gods. They're creating demons. By teaching them false doctrine, that's what you're doing. By teaching them the truth is where you're creating gods. You're not really creating them. It's just explaining it in a different way. You are helping create good. O transmitigus, I agree with you. The words spoken to me, and I believe these things as you speak. But I have also been astonished at the discourse about this, and I have decided that man is blessed since he has enjoyed this great power. So you're either going to want to control them or not. I don't want to control anybody. I just want to talk about the word all the time. And that is which is greater than all these things. As Clethi is worthy of admiration. Now it is revealed to us concerning the race of the gods. We confess it along with everything else that the race of gods has come into being out of a pure matter, and their bodies are heads only. Let's stop there. You become from the body, which is the tail, to the heads only, a Godhead. That's what they're talking about. Same with them. They either become in through this mortal flesh a demon, an evil Godhead, or a good one. So that's in the Bible. So through the matter, what you live in this flesh, you create your Godhead. And as that's happening, you help other people create theirs. That's what you came down for. But that which men create is in the likeness of their gods, false gods. They, the gods, are from the farthest part of matter. They're rejected. Well, I was lost where I was. And the object created by men is from another part of being of men. Not only are they what men create heads, but that's Godheads. You're creating a Godhead. You're just going back to it. That's all that means. They are also all the other members of the body. Right now, we are the members of Jesus. We are Jesus right now. We go through what he does. We get pierced. We get stoned. He even said, they hated me, they're going to hate you. But we don't go out teaching people that we're Jesus. Remember that. This stuff is in silence. And I'm only teaching it. I'm not Jesus, okay? I'm not claiming I'm the one that saves you either. I'm helping. You see, there's a difference between me and saying, come over here, listen to me. I'm Jesus Christ. I got the word. I got the way. I do. But I still haven't, if you know what I mean. Enough for me to go and call myself anything but the body because I'm not in my head yet. What does it mean? That's your consciousness is got a body up there and it's full. And according to their likeness, just as God has willed the inner man be created according to his image, in the very same way, man on earth creates gods according to his likeness. And if it's truth, it's just a saying. He's helping create other gods. Good ones. Oh, Transmethicus, are you not talking about idols? You are. You are. Oh, Asclepius, you yourself are talking about idols. You see that again, you yourself, O Cletheus, are also a disbeliever. That is the Transmethicus, and Cletheus is us. That's all it's talking about, the evil and the good. There's another one talking about idols, man. Idols are disbelievers. If you wear idols around, you want to show other people, I'm of Jesus. You're a disbeliever. You're wearing an idol. and it's a molten image made by man's hands, it'll bring demonic to you. So, of this discourse, it takes you off course. It's something you're wearing to prove something, or to show people. You don't have to show them. It's not hidden. Evil people know. Whenever I go and hang out with the family, they sit there and introduce everybody but me. They do it every time. Yet they're banging fists with me behind the back going, oh, we love you. They're giving me fake hugs where I can just tell they're fake. They don't care about me. They care about my wife. They know who I am. You don't have to show what you are. They're going to know what you are. The ones showing what they are not that, especially if it's to deal with idols. Idols are bad. And the cross, they think it's just because it's in the shape and Jesus was on it, is good. When it was created to kill men, not to set them free, the one on the earth is opposite. Crosses on the earth are opposite of what's happening above you. You're picking up your cross daily. You go back and forth, side to side, making a cross up in heaven. I can't even begin to tell you how many times it warns us about idols. And one in my Apocrypha says they hang it around their shoulders. That's your head. But down here, they hang it around their neck. So say about those who have a soul, you don't need to hang nothing around your neck. You're going through your own cross. You don't need to wear a cross that demon people wear. Some of the evilest bands wear crosses. So you say about those who have a soul and a breath that they are idols. People can be idols too. This is the problem. In Edmonton, they call one of the best hockey players in the world Mick Jesus. That's blasphemy. And they idol worship teachers. Like Marmars worship. They call him Father. They call him Papa. They lift him up and they worship this dude. And he can't even teach. That's the crazy thing. And the false teachers are paying money, these card people online. I'll give you a reading for 10, 20, 30 bucks. And they're sitting there lapping it up, being idol worshipped. I don't want that. I don't like it. I don't like people saying you're a great teacher. Oh, yeah, that's why they have the idol show, American Idol. What does that do? That makes you idol and worship. Trump is worshipped big time, and he's an idol. That's why he's there. And that's what stars do. They're idols. Huh? There's people going around singing songs on TikTok of someone else singing it. Can't you be yourself? Make your own song? You have to worship the one that you're singing? That's idol worship. Men is idol worship. Do not worship. Don't act like I'm a god here. I'm just as much as you are. I don't like it. I used to, but I'm not out for that. Okay? They're idols. They made themselves idols all different ways. The Stanley Cup, you got these little kids walking down the street. They're 5, 6 years old saying, "We want the cup. We want the cup." You're 5, 6 years old. You don't even know what hockey really is. You just started learning it. And your parents go teach you to worshiping a Stanley Cup, a steel cup. I don't care who wins. You should have saw him on the weekend worshiping a hockey team. That's why hockey teams are there. That's why football and baseball and basketball and all this other gladiator sports is there. So you worship something else. You're worshiping a hockey team, you're not going to heaven. Well, that's what these little tiny kids are doing. They're corrupt. Oh, it's all rigged. It's just they've been rigging them since the gladiator days. They rig them to who gets more popular and who makes more money. So it's all rigged. Whoever wins this year was rigged to win. I can see it. I've kind of paid a little bit of attention to the 7 series that's happened in the NHL. And Florida's wiping them clean the first three games, 3-0. Now Edmonton did that. You know why they do that? So they can make one team look like they're going to win, so that they'll put all their money on the wrong team, and then they'll gain more money from it. They'll hype the one team UFC fighter up, and he'll go around going, I'm tougher and I'm better. I'm going to get you. And then he gets beaten and lose. And the guy in the underrated team is actually going to make the more money. You got tricks to everything. Oh, yeah, they got them all printed up. They do it at the CFL. The team that has won already has their hats. Why would you make millions of hats if they're not going to win? Then you would lost your money. See, they do this to make them idol worship, make them fall. These ones worshiping wearing hockey jerseys around. I have a hockey jersey that's stained and wrecked. It cost me $400. It's sitting in there, and I don't even care about it. It's hung up into the backest part of the closet. I'm probably never going to wear it again. I only keep it because of the money value, which I should just throw it out. But I don't ever pull it out. I got to use the washroom. Give me a sec, guys. This is all a distraction. Hockey teams and all these stuff is just a distraction to me. It's putting me a little bit off distraction, I'd have to say, because I used to love hockey. And this year I shut my hockey off. I shut down my TV and I don't watch hockey anymore. Well, come do the Stanley Cup final, I'm putting my ear to it a little bit, right? Thinking to myself, I just want it over. You know, it's a vicious cycle. And then it's forgotten that whoever won the cup, and then they do it again in a couple of months to bring more people into worshiping hockey teams and hockey players. And it's all a gag. And it gets them looking the other way, right? If they could keep them looking the other way in many different things, they're never going to see the real way. So I'm going to move on. Never say your teacher's a great teacher. Don't say that. Okay? He's only teaching you what he's known through much work, much hard work, and pain and suffering and afflictions. But it doesn't make me better than you. So These who bring about these things, great events. I just talked about it. You see? And then they rig them so that they can make off of them. Plus, they don't only steal souls by that, they fill their pocket. They bring about these great events. See, that's why they always have the championship at the end, because then it gets more worshippers of idols, you see? And there's more money at stake. The ones are going to put all their money on Edmonton and they're going to lose it. You see what happened? They jacked up one team at the beginning, and now they say the team sucks because they lost 3 in a row and been outscored on purpose 18-5. They jacked the one team up, so everybody puts their money on that, and the team that they're not putting it on, you see, they're going to give all the money. Yeah, I'm putting every cent I have down on. Look at how much they're going to lose. That's only a way to rob them. Jack them up. Now, I don't know who's going to win, but I say Florida's going to win tonight because they never won one. And they got much more watchers. And they want people to move there because that's one of the first places in America that's going to go down. And the team's never won one before. So I would say so, but I'm not quite sure. I would say that's what they're doing, though. Because the one team that's jacked up, more people are going to put the money on that team. So anyways, move on. You are saying about these who give prophecies that they are idols. The teachers. Marmar is idol worshipped as he idol worships himself because he's an idol worshiper. See, they do things to get, also the fake Christians do things to get more subscriptions, more people putting money in their pocket. That fake stabbing in the eye, it was total fake. I knew it from the beginning. It was to win over hearts, and boy did it ever. Probably went up 4 million people. Sucked in 4 million people. Some of his teachings are wrong, but you can't mix what's wrong with what's right. You ain't going to get, if you make 2 lefts, it's a right. But you're making 2 rights, and it turns it into a left, thinking that it's right. Anyways, the ones that are telling prophecies are being worshipped. I see it on TikTok. These who give men sickness and healing. That is with them. The sickness is with them. See the words missing there, Junior? I could place them in. Or are you ignorant, O Asclepius? Asclepius. The Egypt is the image of heaven, moreover. Yes, the evil people. Egypt is considered evil. They're the sinners. He come to get the sinners. We come to get the sinners. So he's using it as, but we'll get on to it. Egypt is the image of heaven, moreover, is the dwelling place of heaven and all the forces that are in heaven. If it is proper for us to speak the truth, or land is the temple of the world. Our land is the temple of the world, which is Satan. And they use Egypt because Egypt had the people captured. So when we get out of Egypt, the ones that make it through, endure it, this Egypt flesh in our land that we live in, only the sinners, the Egyptians can, if you get it. It's trickery. So it's coded. Is the temple of the world. And it is proper for you not to be ignorant that a time will come in it, our land, when Egyptians will seem to have served the divinity in vain, and in all their activity and in their religion will be despised. All the ones that came out of Egypt, you see, Egypt's still Egypt, but we come out of her. Come out of the world is Egypt. It's showing you what Egypt means in the Bible. I've known that forever. I always call it Egypt. The flesh is Egypt. And that's where the good comes out, because Egypt's in heaven. The sinners, the ones that endured through that, is what it's saying. And Egypt will be widowed. When we've come out of Egypt, which we almost are, it'll be widowed. The rest of them in there will be widowed. That means they won't have a Holy Spirit. It will be abandoned by the gods, and foreigners will come into Egypt and they will rule it. Egypt, moreover, Egyptians will be prohibited from worshiping God. Furthermore, they will come into the ultimate punishment, especially whoever's among them is found worshiping and honoring God. Among them is found worshiping and honoring God. Because God, their God isn't good. I'm wondering why it's, I got to get this. Furthermore, they will come into ultimate punishment, especially, oh yeah, because of prohibiting. How are they prohibiting us? They're tricking us into thinking they're false, they're true teachers, and they're not. And those are the ones that will be punished. Egypt will be prohibited from worshiping God. You see? So they tricked us. They tricked many people thinking, well, I'm of God. I come in God's name. I come in Jesus' name. I come in the Father's name. Yet they weren't. So that's how they prohibit. They train them with idols of all different kinds and keep repeating it over and over and tell their kids, if you repeat something over and over and over, you'll work God right out of them. That's what they've done over and over and over. And with crosses and with all these idol worship, different things that they're doing, it is warring and grew God out of the people by giving them idols and like Christmas and all that stuff, worshiping Santa Claus. They took the God out of the people and false doctrine. And they've done it so long that there's barely any people of God here, you see. Only all the ones teaching you to worship pastures and crosses and hockey teams. It's okay to go. You know what they're doing in the church out where my daughter-in-law goes? They go and watch football games. That should not be anywhere near the church. You see that? It's okay. We can do this together and worship at the same time. No, you're mixing idol worship. It's the same as wearing the cross. Here, wear a cross. You come to my church. Hey, I love your cross. It's a beautiful golden cross. My treasure's in heaven. I don't wear it on my flesh. So this is what I'm talking about. Egypt is in heaven, but a very little. Egypt is the world, okay? Babylon. And a very little come out of it because they know how to take out God. They started in our schools. Supposedly someone said they're going to put it back in. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that. That is another trick. to make them think they're okay and they're of God. You see that? They're going to make you think, but yet they took it out of our national anthem. They took God out of it. In all of us command instead of all of our God's command. In all our God's command. See? They are going to say things to keep them thinking that there is a lot of God people here. Traps. And they're everywhere now. That's what these things are. Crosses and idol worshiping. And man, that guy said a prophecy. He is of God. Well, I can say an earthquake's going to happen tomorrow. Whether it does or doesn't, but most likely a little one somewhere will happen. I can say, look, a 2.5 happened over in Iroquois. Whatever, you know what I mean? Those are easy to do. Especially when you're living in times when the world's shaking. You could do it every day. So, and some prophecies will be given by the devil, the worldly ones, to people. So, in the day, the country that was more pious than all the countries, one country was more pious than the whole world. That goes to show you. Will become impious. So now we're sitting there at that time where there isn't even one country that's pious. Impious, sorry. No longer will it be full of temples, but will be full of tombs. That's where you're sitting. Neither will it be full of gods, but it'll be full of corpses. O Egypt, that's the world. Even Egypt will become like fables, and your religious objects will, your religious objects, crosses. I'm going to put that right there. Will be full. Will be full of the marvelous things. Your religious objects will be. Here's a missing word. I don't know what it is. Marvelous things. And if your words are stones and are wonderful, and the barbarian will be better than the Egyptians. So that's what I'm saying right now today. The evil ones, the ones doing sin, are better than the religious people. I've been telling you guys that. In his religion, whether he is a Scythian or Hindus or other of the sort, will be better than the Christians. And what is this that I say about Egyptian? For they, the Egyptians, will not abandon Egypt. For in the time when the gods have abandoned the land of Egypt and have fled upward to heaven, then all Egyptians will die. That's us. When we fleed up first, the evil gets kept back. And Egypt will be made a desert by the gods. There we are. We'll come back and destroy them. And the Egyptians, as for you, O river, there will be a day when you will flow with blood more than water. That is today, the dark's teaching. The river of water they're getting is wormwood. It goes on the rivers and the ocean. and that's full of blood. And yet, over there, they're turning blood red too. And the dead bodies will be stacked higher than the dams. And this is the blood up to the bridle. And he who is dead will not be mourned. See, that's right now. I'm not mourning them anymore. I know the dead. I know the deads that are walking around me and amongst me. And I mourn for these people. But I'm at the time where the Father said, the door's shut. Why are you mourning still over them? There's nothing to mourn over. They're a shadow. They disappear. They go where they came. They never were born. As much as he who is alive. Indeed, the latter will be known as an Egyptian on the account of his language in the second period of time. O Asclepius, why are you weeping? Is telling you, why are we weeping? Why is the evil weeping? See, they will be the ones weeping in the end, and you'll be laughing. Because they know he will seem like a foreigner in the regards to his customs. Divine Egypt will suffer evil greater than these Egypt, lover of God. You see, the world is Egypt. The divine Egypt of this world is all evil from back to front now. Darkness, 3 days of darkness. He will not give his light, means he won't give truth and knowledge to them anymore. Why? Because we shut the door. We're the ones that give it, you see? And we unjoin from them. If you have been separated from the goat, it's time to stay that way. Unless the goat knocks on your door saying, listen, I'm going through too much. I'm sorry what I did. You see that? He will suffer greater. Okay? Because there's no light being given. And we're the ones that shut the door to giving the light. That's why it's a must that I don't turn back. And if someone comes and tells me, oh, you should be going back to your mother, she's in death, and she should be your friend again, and you should love her again, and I do love her. But she's not of my seed. And I was told by the Father to split with her for a reason. I'm not going to have someone tell me I'm being bad because I'm doing that. My wife said, oh, do you think you're hearing from the Father? Unbelievers. My own wife said that. No, I said to her before, listen, I had it in a dream a week ago that I was split from this person. And I was going up the elevator up, and she didn't know where she was going. She was on the wrong path. I was on the right one. So why would I go back to the wrong path? Why would I mourn over her? He's asking them, evil people, why are you mourning? And the good people aren't. Because it's gone past that time. I've mourned. I've had mercy. Well, they're beating me over the head. Ain't going to keep doing it. So as much as who is alive indeed latter will be known as the Egyptian on the account of his lineage in the second period of time, O Theseus, why are you weeping? He will seem like a foreigner in regard to the customs of the divine Egypt, the good Egypt, the sinners, the ones that became good. Remember, there's less than a country of them right now. Out of all the countries, they're all bad. Uh-oh. He will suffer evil greater in Egypt, the lover of God, the dwelling of the gods, school of religion. The school of religions is all one. Egyptians, Rome, Greece. Will become an example of impiousness, not good. And in the day of the world, there'll be no light given in this day. It'll be 3 days of darkness, but you'll still have a sun. It's only going to happen when that sun crashes. When that sun crashes, we go up. I had that dream already. In the day of the world will not be marveled at, and immortality, nor will it be worshipped. They're not worshiping immortality, heaven. That's right now. Since we say that it is not good, for it has become neither a single thing nor a visu, but in danger of becoming burden to all men. Therefore, it will be despised, the beautiful world of God. The incomprehensible world will be despised. Hence, anywhere I go, oh, this is this person, this is that person, anywhere I go now. And I'm left sitting in the corner. Even my grandson leaves me sitting in the corner. I'm laughing at it because it's just like even my grandson is clicked on that I'm not of his race. They had to force him, oh yeah, Papa Rod. That was my wife that did it. There was handshakes taking place this weekend. Everybody was introduced but me. Not once. 3 times in 10 minutes, I was left in the corner by myself. They know who you are, man. They'll say they like you. But deep inside, when I get that stiff hug, it's like, I feel like smacking you, dude. But I still give the love, right? And the door's been closed on them. I don't even open my mouth. They closed it before I could. So God, the incomprehensible and the abundance that does not envy, that is full of every vision, darkness will be preferred to light. That's why it's darkness. So why are we giving our light, this truth that gets us into the final stages, to anybody? This was made to come out in this time only. It hasn't been out for very long. So if you prefer darkness and evil, darkness is evil, then that's what you get. You see? All these evil kids, we want the cup. We want the cup. Like their mom and dad, they're rioting. Even when they win, they're rioting and thrashing places. I can only imagine if Edmonton loses tonight. See, they want to bring them up to a hype and then go, whoo! And they all lose their money. You see, jack up the one team, so everybody puts their money on the one team and loses it. You see? And then on top of it, they're going to be all peed off. That's why I don't want to get into sports. I don't want to be angry. I'm tired of watching sports and getting angry. Yeah, they worship him. They think he's Jesus. He already did that fake Jesus came back, and he's the Jesus. Did you know that? I showed you that video. Jesus is returned. Jesus is returned. And there's the same people were lifting up Mar like a Jesus, and he was just loving it. I'd be like, put me down. I'm not that. I'm not that. You see? They will prefer darkness, and death will be preferred to life. Us. I prefer death than this world. I don't like life. I'm here for you. I never thought I'd hate life as much as this world as much as I do. Not the people. No one will gaze into heaven. Why? because they're wearing their crosses, they're watching people false doctrine and sports all around the world and everything that's happening worldwide, and they prefer darkness over light. And they don't gaze into heaven. They are, but they're saying they're UFOs and aliens. And they're saying they're, what's that called? HARP and Project Blue Beam. Some of them are, some of them aren't. You just got to know which ones aren't. I saw one yesterday with a dragon, with a demon with wings coming out of the water. I do believe I showed you that. And I believe that one was real. But then you see the ones that they make, and you could see that it's been edited. It's easy. So, and the pious man will be counted as insane. Ha! We are pious. The impious are evil. The pious are good. Why do you think not many people watch me? Most of them are false Christians. I'd say out of my channel, 7 go. Lots of them believe some of what I say, but then they go elsewhere. They don't believe enough of it. Well, I guess I'm lying then. I guess I'm going into hell. Because I'll go to the most deadliest part of hell if I'm mixing the doctrine. And how can you mix it when you have all the books? And the pious man will become honored. Mar, Mike from around the world, Paul Begley. These guys are honored, man. And boy, you go in there and you do a stir and they'll attack you like you've never been attacked before. I can't go into those rooms because I'll say something and I don't bother. I'm not giving my light anymore. Only here. So they'll be honored as wise when they're dumber than a sack. The man who is afraid will become considered as strong. And the good man will be punished like a criminal. Oh, yeah, I am. I can't even tell you that. I got to pay bills when I don't make money, and they're making me pay. And yet my wife keeps getting back money when she's been paying. You see? They're going to thrive in the world to keep their eyes looking that it's a good place. Well, because we don't follow their rules, we're going to pay. I am like a criminal. I'm shunned in the corner by the government and my friends and my family. And I don't even like going to family events anymore. The only reason why I wanted to go on the weekend was to sit out in a nice day. I needed to be outside for a day. Huh. I almost wish I told my wife I was sick. It's horrible. It does make you feel bad when they're included. Try to be there. It's in front of my face. Even at my son-in-law's house, I go there. Someone new comes there. They do not introduce me. But when I first came in and I was a partier and a dancer and a drinker and a smoker of a dope, this is my wife's new husband. As soon as I became Christian, doink, I was put in a jail cell by them. Just going there to be fun. They ask each other, let's go do this, let's go on the boat, let's go do this together. And I'm left sitting in a circle by myself. Even my wife leaves me. I'm sitting outside by myself, twinkle dee and twiddle dee and twiddle dum. I don't care. That just proves to me. It does hurt a little bit, but not like it used to. It's like, when my grandson did it, it kind of stabbed at me, right? But the rest of them, I don't even care to meet you. You're wearing all your idol worshiping stuff on yourself right now. Your Edmonton Oilers stuff. You're wearing them. Well, I'm in the same boat. I have Mark and Tommy too. Okay. I won't put Tommy down. He never goes, "You're a false teacher" anymore. He's never done that to me for a long time. He actually listens to what I say now. And he doesn't come up against me anymore. So I only have two friends. I've always been that way. And my two friends that I had weren't my friends. Not gonna hold on. I'm kind of glad it's been like that my whole life. And I used to cry over it. And now it's like I expect it. And I kind of, like I say, it bothered me when my grandson did it, but when the rest did it, I just looked away and didn't even think about it. I'm used to it. We would be punished like a criminal. Spiritually and physically, I am. Money wise, too. Lady didn't get back a hold of me today. Well, as I'm talking about it, Brew Crew's getting ready for the Edmonton game and come here and celebrate Edmonton and trash my bar. No thanks. And concerning the soul and the things of the soul and the things of immortality, they're criminal. Along with the rest of what I've said to you, oh Tat Asclepius. In Ammon, not only will they be considered ridiculous, but they will also be taught of as vanity. That's us. Your heresy, they'll say. Your blasphemy. That's vainglory. They just do everything. But believe me, when I say the people of this kind will be endangered by the ultimate danger to their soul, this is the time. The one guy came out into, I've never seen him before. He stood in the elevator with me. "I know where you from." He waited for me to answer where I was from. I said, "I'm from heaven." And he looked back with his one eye. One eye is all I could see. "I'm from hell." They're in danger of their soul by attacking you. They're attacking your spirit. And there's going to be one time your spirit goes whack, and everybody else you've already given your light to, and that'll be the end of you, because you won't have no more light to live on this earth. You'll be full of darkness, and then you're taken away. We're full of light, took it away. They're full of darkness and took it away. More lawless. Oh, he was a demon and a human. As things are falling over in my house. So, and a new law will be established. They will do good. Or no, they will. The wicked angel, I don't know. There's missing words. And a new law will be established to they will do good. The wicked angels will remain among men. You just answered your question. It will remain in them, among men, and be with them. There you go. And lead them into wicked things, recklessly, as well as into atheisms, wars, and plunderings by teaching them things contrary to the nature, and I'm going to add something, of God. Oh, yeah, and they go in and out of them. When he goes around people, and if that demon isn't in him, and he starts doing the things that people is, that splits off, and another one comes down into him. It's in the people. And in those days, the earth will not be stable, and men will not sail the sea. They won't sail the sea of heaven. They're sailing wormwood, world sea, and they will know the stars in heaven. Oh wait, plunderings by the teachings of this will be contrary to nature. In those days, the earth will not be stable, and the men will not sail the seas, nor will they know the stars in heaven. We're sitting there. That's a UFO. Guys, they're talking about the times we're living in all the time in every book I go in. They will not know the heavens. I want to go get a book here. Give me a sec. See, this is why I tell people, don't even think that there's any living creatures outside of this firmament. There's no kind of skin, no kind of being, only spiritual angels. This is a big problem. Christians believe there's spaceships and UFOs. They're being led to believe that what's explained in Ezekiel is physical machines. None of that can go. That's not up there. None. Nowhere up there. No cameras out at Uranus looking at someone's bumhole. Sorry, but it's just true. So, and the whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners, and the thoughts of those on earth shall err concerning them, and they shall be altered from their ways. Yea, they shall err and take them to be gods, and shall multiply, and punishment shall come upon them, so as to destroy all. Anybody taking in part and believing that stupid crap, get it out of your head. There's no UFOs. There's nothing out of space coming here. I do believe that's the one I was looking for, yeah. The whole world and the whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners. Once again, another book saying it. nor will they know the stars in heaven. Same thing. This book refers to many books that I have in there. Well, that book isn't of God. Yes, it is. I see it all over. Even in your Bible, I see everything in here. Every sacred voice of the Word of God will be silenced. Why? Because we've been separated from the goat. It's silence. It's been talking about being silent for a while. I'm just getting that tingling again. It's happening a lot to me. Atheism, dishonor, and disregard of the noble words. But your Bible's been doing that. I seen a guy kissing his Bible saying this is the truth. And I'm going, it is. But I could guarantee you, I'd throw at you one thing and you wouldn't understand it. So, and when these things happen, O Asclepius, then the Lord, the Father, the only primal God, God the Creator, which is us, when he looked upon the things that happened, established his design, which is good, against the disorder. He took away error and he cut off evil. Sometimes he submerged it in a great flood. Same as Noah is the day of today. It's getting ready for the great flood of the evil and the dark and the light. And the other times he burned them in a searing fire, and still other times he crushed it in the wars and pestilence until he brought nothing of the work. And this is the birth of the world happening. The beginning is here. We're in it already. We've never left the beginning. We've always been in the beginning. The restoration of the nature of the pious ones who are good will take place in the period of time that never had a beginning or an end. For this will God have no beginning, even as his nature with his will has no beginning. For the nature of God is will. Do his will. And his will is the good. O Transmetheus, is purpose then will? Yes, O Asclepius, since will is included in counsel. You need counsel to get the will. I had the counsel of the books because the Father told me, quit putting your ear to this counsel. This is the counsel of darkness. No matter which way. All religion. For what is the case with what he has? He does not will it from deficiency. There's a good deficiency and a bad deficiency. You're the good deficiency. Half of you is deficient and the rest is good light. They are just deficiency. Since he is complete in every part, his wills what he already fully has. You're the good, you're killing the bad deficiency in you. They're not. They're becoming what they are. And he has every good, and you're full of it, and it's filling you. And what he wills, he wills. And what you will is what your father you, and your God you, your mother father, your virgin, and all those other things. Flower of your youth, and your God, and your Godhead, and your head, whatever you want to say it, gives you that will. That's you. Now you're working on your own will because you've reached that pinnacle part where you can stay in it too. You must obtain it. And he has the good. that he wills. Therefore, he has everything. And that's why you're not found wanting. And God wills what he wills. It's the same because that's you. And the good world is an image of the good one. Bordello over top of your head. And you are the world. And your image is of the good one. He's not talking this world. He's talking the people on it because heaven's here in us. It's an image right now, isn't it? Look at how close it is. Double rainbow, that's the Father. And that's our world. This is the Father's world, the dark one. It's hidden still. His light isn't shining yet. Because if it did, it would kill this world. And ours is starting to shine. Bordello. The inner one's Bordello. That's the heaven. That is New Jerusalem. And this one is the Father. He's bigger and higher. He's behind it. It's coming soon. That's our time clock. I can tell you when I first saw that, it was this big. Now it takes up the whole sky. So I got to get cooking supper here. O Transvetius, is the world good? O Ophidius, it is good as I shall teach you. You are the world. We are the world. The world isn't the world. The world's Satan. He owns this world. Just as of a soul of life. For of the world has come forth in matter. In you. Heaven exists inwardly. It's come forth because it's almost filled. I just showed you the picture. It's almost here. People aren't taking it serious enough. I'd have to say that now. Only a few people on my channel take it serious. That's why only 7 touched me. That's what I was told. Only 7. You guys better make it right. Make it better. I can't choose that for you. Only 7 people out of 70,000. Just like one book said, 1 in 10,000. Only 7 people touched my garment. That's a dream I had. Those that are good, the change of the climate and the beauty. What's changing the climate? Not man. The coming of the heavens is changing the climate. Not man, machine. These climate machines they claim. Why would they have to use those when the heavens is changing it? The climate and the beauty and the ripening of the fruits is right now. We're ripening, getting ready to be picked from this earth. And the things similar to all these, because of this, God has control over the heights of heaven. He doesn't have control of these, but as he's coming in, he does. It changes it naturally because it presses in. He is every place, and he looks out every place. And in the place there is neither heaven nor star, and he is free from the body. Now you see the angels. They're not stars anymore. And you're in the heavens of heavens. Now the Creator has control in the place that is between the earth and the heaven. That's the middle. That's happened. He's surpassed that. And this is a mind blower. He's called Zeus. That is life, plenteous. Zeus is Lord over the earth and sea. And he does not possess a nourishment for all mortal living creatures. For it is core who bears the fruit, the core of you. Inside the core, not fake Zeus, who they're calling Jesus. Oh, Jesus, they named him Zeus. Maybe he is, because we are. And now the core is, and the flesh, Zeus, is gone. And these forces always are powerful in the circle of the earth. But those of others are always from him who is. And the Lord of the earth will withdraw themselves. And the lords of the earth will withdraw themselves. And they will establish themselves in a city that is in a corner of Egypt. Remember, it talked about earlier? Out of all the nations, only one was good. Well, that's the same thing. Saying just a little bit of the world is going to make it in a corner, and that will be built towards the setting of the sun. What you've seen in that thing I showed you. Every man will go into it, whether they come on the sea or on the shore. O Transmetheus, where will there be settled now? O Asclepius, in the great city that is in Lebanon mountain, and frightens as a great evil in ignorance of matter. For death occurs, which is dissimulation of the labors of the body, and the dissolution of the number of the body when death completes the number of the body. When evil is completed, then the light will be completed at the same time. For the number of the union of the body, now the body dies. For the member is a union, the body. Now the body dies when it's not able to support the man, and it is death. So that's with everybody. When the darkness is full, it won't be able to support the body anymore because the spirit will be taken up. It'll die. When you become full of light, your body will die. Your spirit will come for you. It's time to go. It's that way for both when it comes to the number of the full of lawlessness and good. And that's almost there. And it's not necessary to be afraid of this, nor because of this, but because of what is known and is disbelieved, one is afraid. See, that's why they seek to save their life. Because their disbelief is too strong. Where my belief is too strong. Opposite. But as it's known or is disbelieved, listen, Asclepius, this is a great demon, and the great God has appointed him to be overseer. A great demon has been appointed to be overseer. You want me to show you him? He's showing his face. I showed this the other day. This is why only reason why I keep TikTok. There's a demon. There's a demon that takes it over. There's the good. There's that one. There it is. Over there holding up some big lamp like this. Here's his face. Right beside the moon. overseer now. That's why there's no light on the earth.
It is June the 21st.
June the 21st.
After 11, 2024. I zoom back out. No, I'm not panicking. I've been seeing this thing for a year, and so has my neighbors.
That's why I can't see anything from where I'm at. There's too many trees. But when I go to BC, I got a telescope for my phone. I'm going to start tape. This guy's been watching it for a year. See, that's the only reason why I keep TikTok, is because I could watch the demon through the people as it's overseeing us. That snake one you showed with the eyes, I already showed you that. That's an old one. Appointed him overseers. The great God has appointed him, the demon, to be an overseer. Right there. That's why the Lord gives me that for times when it comes up, to show everything that I have to teach has to be real now. Or judge over the souls of men. See, that's death. That's what I believe that is. And if it ain't killing them, it's going into them, getting ready. And once it's time, where we call out, our angels will come down. At the same time, their angels will come down. Darkness and light will flood the earth, just like as the time of Noah. It's going to wipe everybody off. And their bodies will reach the highest mountain, where ours, there aren't many of them. That's why it says their bodies are going to be stacked up as high as the towers, because there's so much evil on the earth. And it comes in various forms. There's a guy that has a puppet that looks all cute. And you go to your church building on Sundays. Your little puppet is a demon. And heaven, now, when the soul comes forth from the body, it is necessary, I do believe, that it meets this demon. They're going to meet their own self. It's necessary because it is them. Immediately the demon will surround this one. I have a video of it. And they will pick and prod at them. And they'll be stunned, like the girl was laying there on the ground, not knowing what the heck's going on, until it reaches in and pulls your soul out and says, "This is you. I own you." That's a destroyer that they have. That's their black seed. Surrounds this one, and he will examine him in regards to character he has developed in his life. You want me to show you the video? This girl was alive. This thing was playing with her. She couldn't move. She was frozen. She moved a little bit, but she couldn't do much more than that. See if I can find that. He's examining her. Examining her. She can't do anything. She can't get up and run. He's lifting her legs and her hands. Do you know that's tormenting her? She is inside, I can tell you, frozen and scared and frightened like you have never been. That it is meant that this book is real, man. That it is meant this demon immediately, he, the demon, will surround this one. See, I still have, I almost want to cry because I seen that. And he will examine him in regards to character that he has developed in his life. I get video of everything the Father sends to me. As I'm teaching, it comes out. You don't believe? Move on. This is a channel of belief and truth. I don't care what anybody says, and I have no pride in that. No, if it comes for you, we are destroying it now. Yes, we do. Right now. This is the character this person developed throughout their life. That person could have been a fake Christian wearing a cross. Could have never really did anything wrong. This is what we're fighting right now by the word of God. We're over top of that already, Junior. Yes, you do. But if it comes to you at your bedside, nope. You're not going to have that one come to your bedside. You're going to come to your own bedside and take your own self up and save yourself. You are the Savior by your will. The Bible teaches that wrong, man. Your will be the Father's will if you are that. So you're not going to have that guy come. You've prepared yourself, Junior. Your ark is ready. Your knowledge and your light. You're at the same stair as me, brother. So yes, you do have power over that. It was never on you. You had power over that before the earth was created. It can never take you. That is the shadow of the person. That's their demon. That's their destroyer. You don't have that. And you have all the power over that. And you've stopped it already before the earth was created. No. Nope. You have zero power to take what owns them away. You can bring all the power, but in the flesh, you have zero power to stop that creature from taking its own. All it's doing is taking its own into nothingness, especially at the end time. They're going to be blotted out. So they're lucky they don't have to. But them themselves are still condemned and in hell. They never got out of it. That's why they're trying to wander up into heaven, wandering stars. Wandering demons is what that means. And you have no power over it to take that person's soul. Zero. You can go up and kick it in the head, bring your books, preach, yell, and scream God and Jesus, and it's going to laugh at you and say, this one's mine because it's me. And it always has been. God may strike you for actually doing that. It's its own. That body owns that. Okay? That came out of her. It's what she did in her life. She developed nothing but evil. I can't tell you how. That could be a scary video. People don't like watching my stuff. It's they're scared of it. That's the problem. Why would you be scared of truth? But they're scared of these hard truths. That's why you barely see any people on my channel lately. I don't care. You want to be scared of truth? Then it's not for you. Okay? And I'm just saying, it's not scary to me. It's just normal. I don't, I mean, I mourned over her a little bit there. I still do have mercy. But what's meant to be is meant to be. They're actually on the opposite side. So we're not to mourn over it. That person was, I've seen these things beat me up. That person was scared more than she's ever been, that anything on the earth could ever scare you. Oh boy, I know what it does. I've seen them. And if he finds that Pius performed all of his action, for which, see, Pius is good. He found that you performed all that, so you're not going to have that one picking on you. For which he came into the world, this demon will allow his evil turn him in. But if he sees it in this one, and he brought his life to the evil deeds, he grasps him as he flees upwards. He was grasping her and throws him down so that he is suspended between heaven and earth. So this is what happens. They go back to oblivion between heaven and earth and become an evil angel up there waiting for death. They can't go up into the heaven of heavens. They stay in the firmament. And is punished with great punishment. And he will be deprived of his hope. And he will be in great pain. You're going to feel it. All the punishments in the places that they're going, it's going to be 7 times worse than it would be to your flesh. So when they're ripping inside of you in the spirit, you're going to feel an arm go right up inside. I know what it feels like when I flip the quad on me. It's going to be great pain like never felt on the earth before. Their pain is going to be enhanced. And it's going to be 7-fold at least to any pain that any man has felt on the earth. When you feel great pain on the earth, your body goes into shock and you don't feel it. You might feel the initial second of it when I flipped the quad. Oh my God. And afterwards, I felt great pain. So it never, when I went in shock, I was getting off the quad with a broken back from top to bottom, missing ribs, dislocated my ribs inside my belly like this. And they're still in. I got ribs that are crooked in me and they're floating ribs. And I couldn't feel that initial pain. But afterwards, I went through 9 months of pain. It's nothing to the pain that they're going to feel. So I must get through this and start cooking. And it's not scary to me because I understand it. They're getting what they dished out spiritually, physically, and spiritually now. And great punishment. And he will be deprived of his hope. He never had any. And be in great pain. I have to use the washroom. And we're going to finish this up. I'm almost done here. There, once again, that's why I keep TikTok. I have the videos, and they go along with the book. It's alive. See, the only reason why I keep TikTok now is because some of the stuff they have on there comes out of the books and proves the books to be alive. What did I do with my darn? Oh, sorry guys, I do it every time almost. It's just natural. That's their natural being, and they can't change it. So why would we cry over it? I'm not being selfish. I tried everything I could for everybody around me. Everything I could. So when that soul has been put neither on earth nor in heaven, they're not even down here. They're being operated by what's in the firmament. Let me read that again. And that soul has been put neither on the earth nor in heaven. Oblivion, darkness. So why? Why would I stress, even if they're my brother, my sister, or my mother? That's what they were meant to be. And they've been stumbling blocks to me very greatly. I'm not pointing at the people. I'm just saying the people around my life, all of them, my friends. The only one that really wasn't was the friends I have, the two friends I have now. I'll put it to you this way. And my dad and my mother and my mother-in-law. The rest of them, and I'm talking my mother that's dead, the one adopted me. Those are the only ones that haven't been banging me over the head on the way out. Why are they banging you over the head on the way out? Because they can't go there. Some of them don't realize it though. So, see how I didn't include certain people? That's all I can say. But it has come into the open sea of the air. Wormwood. And oblivion, if you want to say. Of the world. Oblivion. What I just said. The place where there is a great fire and a crystal water and furrows of fire and a great upheaval. The bodies are tormented in various ways. Sometimes they are cast upon raging waters, and other times they are cast down into the fire. Oh, I've explained this many times. In order that they may destroy them. Now, I will not say that this is the death of the soul, for it has been delivered from evil, but it is a death sentence. Sometimes they go up to be beaten and tortured, raped, murdered over and over, just to go back and say, you're going to do my will. Again, then they go in a body and it's all erased, just like with you. And they don't know. You see? They may not have lost their soul, but this last time, their soul will perish. This is the last time. See, we've all been here from the fall, before this earth was created in the middle. We've all been here. All the evil on the left, all the good on the right, and they've gone back and forth into bodies. This proves both sides of it. Incarnated in different times. Elijah was John. It's the only case it gives you in the Bible. It gives you some other ones, but not quite like that one. So they go up and they be tortured for a time and be told, you're going back there. I heard someone speak of this, that the demon inside of her was speaking out of her saying this. We don't want to do this, but we have no choice because we're connected to this. This is us. and I don't like what I am, and I don't like doing it, but I have no choice. Or else I'll be in pain up there. You get it? When they go to be a wandering star again, they don't want that torture. So to come back down here is a relief of that torture. Back and forth, back and forth. I don't know how many times. He uses them all. So they're not as many as you think they are. They are now, though. Because all of them from all the times are here now. All of us from all the times are here now, today. O Clepius, is it necessary to believe these things to fear them, in order that we might not encounter them? Yes, it is. For unbelievers are impious and commit sin after they will be compelled to believe. And they will not hear by word of mouth only, but experience the reality itself. For they kept believing that they would not endure these things. Well, I'm not going to go through that. There is no hell, you see. There is nothing like that. Not only first, O Clepius, all those of the earth die. Everybody does. All flesh must die. From dust I come, from dust I go. And those who are of the body cease. They die of evil. And with these of the sort, for those who are here are not like those who are there. So with the demons, who is men, they despise and despise good there. Thus it not be shame, but truly the gods who are here will punish more whoever has hidden in here. It's been hidden in them. Their seed is hidden. They cannot tell whether they're going to heaven or hell. Just like you. It takes a long time to learn where you're going. The Father will teach you where you're going. They'll never be taught where they're going. Never. Evil can't be taught that they're going to hell or heaven. It's a delusion. They're in the delusion. Every day, O Transmedicus, what is the character of the iniquity that is there? Now you think, O Asclepius, that when one takes something in a temple, he is impious. For that kind of person is a thief and a bandit. That is a Christian, a false Christian. Ones that do good, but don't believe. I believe in you, Lord. I believe in Jesus. You don't even know who he is. And they're bandits and robbers and dragons and demons and devils. It's all the books tell them that they are. And in this matter concerns gods and men, do not compare those here with those of the other place. They don't know them to compare them. Now I want to speak this discourse to you confidently. No part of it will be believed, for souls that are filled with much evil will not come and go in the air, but they will be put in the places of demons, which are filled with pain, and which are always filled with blood and slaughter, and their food is weeping, mourning, and groaning, and gnashing of teeth. I added that in, because that's what it is. Transvigus, who are these demons? O Asclepius, these are the ones who are called strangers, and those that who roll souls down in the dirt to dig in the ditch and lie in it with them. These are the false Christians who scourge them and they cast them into the water, into wormwood water. Come and listen to me. I got the truth. And then they tell you lies. You're not getting water from our river where it flows from. You're getting water from wormwood water, and it causes bitter, fire, torment, burning, demon. And those who cast into the fire, and those who bring about the pains and calamities of men, for such are these, are not from a divine soul. They are a black seed, nor from rotational soul of men. Rather, they are from terrible evil. Boom. End of show. Perfect timing. I have to get cooking here. I got a chili. It's got to be at least somewhat done. So, that's brutal. And I can't do anything about it. And nobody can. You can't change a black seed to a seed of light. So once you've learned that, you become quiet to those because you've been separated spiritually. And that's why I have dreams of them going another way. It's telling me, my father's telling me, that one's not of you. You must stay away from them. And to have someone come into my life and say that's not right, you should be in their life because they're your mother. No, they're not. I wasn't born on the earth. Neither were they. Their mother's either a hearted whore or God the Father, you. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Same thing. Flower of the youth. Not the father of all father. He's the one that born you. You were never born on this earth. We all go back and forth. That's where they get recycled from. It's not really recycled. Okay? So God bless you guys. We'll see you in the morning. It's an early morning for me. I didn't get a message today, Mark, so I don't know. I have to wait for a message. She said, wait, I'll tell you when, right? If she messages me tomorrow, I'll say, well, it'll have to be Wednesday. That'd be a better day for you anyways, Mark. Wednesday's an easy day for me, too. So if she doesn't message me tonight, I'll message her in the morning and say, is Wednesday good? Or what's good for you? God bless you guys. I love you guys. And we'll talk to you in the morning.